Demi Lovato is one of those artists who feels like she should have been a major pop star by now, sitting comfortably with the likes of Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, and Selena Gomez. It's almost as if the stars aligned in the beginning, and yet Demi's career didn't quite hit the heights many expected. So, what went wrong? Why is she not the main pop girl, even though she has the talent and star power to back it up? Let's dive into the reasons behind this pop paradox: the authenticity struggle. If there's one thing Demi has in abundance, it's her powerhouse vocals. Seriously, the girl can sing like nobody's business. But despite her amazing voice, there's been an ongoing issue with her image: authenticity. In the world of pop, authenticity is often what separates the long-term stars from the one-hit wonders. Unfortunately, Demi's career has often felt like a series of attempts to mold her into what the public wants, instead of letting her evolve organically as an artist. Let's be honest, for the most part, Demi's musical trajectory has seemed a bit manufactured. From the early days of her Disney Channel stardom with Camp Rock, where she was first introduced to the masses, to her pop rock years, and later her dive into more soulful ballads, each era seemed to be crafted around a particular trend. She didn't just sing from her soul, she was positioned as a symbol of something, whether it was rebellion, empowerment, or vulnerability, trying to catch the wave of whatever the public was craving at the time. This isn't to say that every artist should be entirely beholden to their fans' whims, but a lot of Demi's projects didn't feel like a genuine expression of herself. Instead, it felt like each album was a carefully calculated move to connect with the audience. For example, Unbroken, 2011, leaned into her sobriety struggles, which on paper seemed like an inspiring narrative, but didn't resonate as deeply as fans might have hoped. It almost felt too forced, as if the trauma was packaged for consumption. The attempt to brand her struggles as an artistic theme didn't quite connect, leaving fans feeling like they were watching the same cycle of pain played out in every album: weak fanbase and missed connection. While many artists build their careers around cultivating a deep, personal relationship with their fans, Demi has struggled to form a loyal, long-lasting fan base. Sure, she has a dedicated group of supporters, especially those who grew up with her Disney Channel persona, but there's always been a sense of distance between Demi and her audience. This isn't to say Demi hasn't tried to be open and vulnerable, but talking about addiction struggles and body image issues in every album doesn't necessarily create the kind of community that makes fans feel like they are part of something bigger. It's understandable that Demi uses her music to process her personal traumas. Many artists do the same. But when an artist constantly revisits the same emotional pain over and over again, it's like we're stuck in a loop. It gets exhausting for listeners, and they begin to disengage. A loyal fan base isn't just about telling your story repeatedly. It's about connecting with people on a deeper, more universal level. By only focusing on one aspect of her life, Demi has prevented her audience from fully embracing her growth as an artist, exploiting personal struggles. Let's be real for a moment. It's hard to talk about Demi's career without bringing up the very public struggles she's faced. From addiction to eating disorders and everything in between, Demi's challenges have been front and center for her fans to see. And while it's undoubtedly brave to share such personal aspects of her life, there comes a point when it starts feeling like an exploitation of trauma for the sake of publicity. Demi's tendency to cycle between releasing albums centered on her struggles with addiction or body image and relapsing has led to a feeling of repetitiveness. After a while, it can feel less like an inspirational story and more like a rerun of the same narrative. While fans initially empathized with her, there comes a time when it feels like she's leaning a little too heavily on her struggles to sell albums. Every time a major life event happens, whether it's an overdose, a breakup, or an identity crisis, Demi drops a documentary or a music video chronicling her journey. It's understandable that artists use their pain to create art, but when the same themes repeat over and over again, it begins to feel less like genuine self-expression and more like an overplayed plotline that's lost its emotional punch. No signature sound. One of the things that sets pop stars like Selena Gomez or Miley Cyrus apart is their unmistakable voice or distinct style. Selena's airy, whispery vocals are immediately recognizable, while Miley's raspier, country-infused style is part of her brand. But when it comes to Demi, despite her impressive vocal range, there isn't that one thing that instantly makes her stand out. Sure, she can belt a high note with the best of them, but she's never really developed a signature sound or style that's uniquely hers. What makes artists like Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, or even Taylor Swift so compelling is the fact that they have a sound that's entirely their own. Whether it's Grande's whistle notes, Eilish's haunting melodies, or Swift's lyrical storytelling, these artists have built their brand on something that sets them apart. With Demi, it's like she's always been a little bit of everything: R&B, pop, rock, and soul, but never fully defined who she is musically. This lack of a unique sound can make it hard for her to hold a strong place in the mainstream pop scene. More songs that everyone can relate to? Please. As much as we all respect Demi for being so open about her struggles, the truth is, not everyone can relate to her issues. While songs about addiction, weight struggles, and personal trauma can be cathartic for many, they aren't exactly the kinds of things that everyone experiences. One of the reasons why her Tell Me You Love Me album resonated so much with fans was because it was more universally relatable. Love, heartbreak, and the ups and downs of relationships are themes that most people can connect with. For a pop star to truly connect with the mainstream, they need to appeal to a wide audience. While songs about personal struggles can be powerful, it's important for an artist to mix things up a bit and incorporate more accessible themes. After all, pop music is supposed to be a celebration of life, love, and fun, so it would be nice to hear Demi branch out beyond the heavy stuff, the controversies. And then, of course, we have the infamous controversies that have consistently haunted Demi. From public spats on social media to some less than ideal behavior, Demi has managed to make headlines for all the wrong reasons. One notable example was the 2021 frozen yogurt debacle, where Demi publicly called out a small business for offering sugar-free options, accusing them of promoting harmful diet culture. What she failed to realize was that the shop was catering to people with health conditions like diabetes, and the backlash was swift. Instead of acknowledging the valid point of the store, Demi doubled down, making it all about her struggles, rather than looking at the bigger picture. It made her appear tone-deaf and left many people questioning her intentions. It's not that celebrities can't make mistakes, but when your controversies start stacking up, it becomes harder to maintain a likable public image. Demi has gone through a lot, but sometimes her actions seem to make things worse rather than better. The more she tries to fight for her place in the public eye, the more she seems to push people away. So, what needs to change? Demi Lovato is a talented artist, no doubt about it. But for whatever reason, she hasn't quite achieved the mainstream success that many thought she would. It's not that she lacks the ability to be a pop star, she has the vocals, the talent, and even the fan base. But perhaps what's needed is a shift in how she approaches her career. Focusing on more universally relatable themes, developing a signature sound, and creating a stronger, more authentic connection with her fans could help her find the success that's eluded her. Ultimately, Demi's career is still a work in progress. Who knows? Maybe the next album will be the one that finally pushes her over the top. But for now, we'll continue to root for her because despite everything, Demi still holds a special place in the hearts of many. And that's a wrap on today's deep dive into Demi Lovato's career. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more juicy pop culture insights, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep vibing, and I'll see you in the next one.